Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
To the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Under center will be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
From the 27, Darnold. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Darnold's pass intercepted. The Niners take over first and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 17 yards out. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of
27 yards there, a first down.
Minnesota.
A first down carry for Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 37. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. They'll run on first down. Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. But the Vikings and 49ers, you might remember, met in the divisional round of the playoffs a season ago. The Vikings coming in off the overtime win against New Orleans. But the 49ers, they were rested and ready. And they got a couple of touchdown runs from Tevin Coleman. And their defense shut out the Vikings in the second half as that wound up a 27-10 Niner victory. On first down, Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Niners 25-yard line.
Now Saquon Barkley. And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Solomon Thomas gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He's got daylight. He's at the 40. Touchdown, 49ers. Alvin Kamara, 84 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Barkley, the ball.
You're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Darnold from the gun. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Barkley hit, and the ball pops free.
The ball carrier.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position.
And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And this one is incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This time, Jackson will throw it. Flushed out right. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. A very quick pass to Ridley. And the Niners are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll run it with Kamara. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
Makes the score.
The first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over it.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 27, Darnold. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
Complete to Saquon Barkley. A gain of 4. And this.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Jackson's going to look to run it. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. But the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down and 4. Jackson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Alvin Kamara saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Open man, Taylor Gabriel. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Darnold's pass.
It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own 30.
Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Yeah, here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Harris to return. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
2nd down.
To try again after the sack. Darnold, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quan Alexander. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
From the gun, Jackson. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. And the route is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over first and 10 at their own.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
To the right side to Eric Ebron. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
And 7.
Throwing here on third down. Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Vikings are able to get a score back.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Exhale.
You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, they can just tighten.
That's what they want to do, tighten down everything they're doing and maybe explode at the right time.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here first and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play on the catch and run covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Calvin Ridley in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers continue to roll. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way...
And this will be caught at the 30.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Touchdown, 49ers. Tyreek Hill, 68 yards. And as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
First down.
On the run, it's Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The Niners set to take over on offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Jalen Smith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
This is caught inside the 15. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 9-yard touchdown run. And this offense continues to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him and keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Darnold. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
And it's Third down.
Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, Jackson buying time to his left. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Deontay Harris on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And 1 yard.
On 3rd down, Barkley. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Shifts by him. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He has been a touchdown machine. It has been enjoyable to watch.
And the scoreboard continues to light up as a result of his efforts. He's been a blast, though. Every time you look up, you just figure if he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to end up in the end zone. It's been that kind of a game for him.
Absolutely. Now you just keep waiting for more. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Now it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. This one caught by Ridley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on.
Partner, this running back's having a heck of a day on the ground. He just keeps punching it in and rushing for touchdown after touchdown.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Here's Harris to return it. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half. Okay, because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up!"
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Vikings on third down. Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Darnold to Gabriel, middle of the field. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And it would appear that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And quickly they get to the line. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson, and CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise? Well, Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as the top running backs in the league.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew that game situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. They'll run. This is Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A quick slant to Hill. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That'll put him north of 100 yards receiving now in this divisional round game. It's a first down. Operating from the gun. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Oh, good move. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. As his guys continue to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
On first down, Darnold. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down, Vikings.
Darnold on first down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there for a big milestone in this game. That's sack number 198 of his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer Reggie White for second place all time. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, that's complete right side to Gabriel. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
A gain of 4. And this is...
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold.
Down.
And now here is another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Gets this one to Hill. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one. You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A 6-yard.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
Yards to go.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Able to slither by. And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Their own 25-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. A pass there over the middle to start things out. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The throw over the middle taken in and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Minnesota.
Right there, 54, right there.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing again is Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Darnold to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Intercepted. The Niners take over 1st and 10.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and
2. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And the Vikings able to recover. The Rams team does its job. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And the Niners will continue on as we say so long, everybody. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. And we'll get ready for the trek back to the city as we say so long from Santa Clara.
What a great city it is. We're going to have a blast tonight.